Hey, what's up? I know it's been a while since I've told you how proud of you I am. And I just wanted to take the time because you've been going through so much. And I think that right now you feel like resting. Am I correct? Am I mistaken, or you've been resting way more as of late? And I have no problem with that, just so you know. Yeah, absolutely. It is difficult. Well, that's the thing. It's because you don't really see yourself as someone who rests. And all of your previous identity was built into productivity and being as productive as possible. And do you seriously thought you could just keep on going and being just a machine for the rest of your life? You don't seriously mean that, do you? Do you? I'm sorry for making fun of you. I'm sorry for making fun of you. I mean, hey, I think it's a nice thought to have, but in order for you to recharge and come back stronger, don't you think there needs to be kind of a balance? A little balance, maybe? I mean, look, right now the reality is that you're exhausted and overworking yourself. When you feel that way, it is going to make you feel worse about your work, when in reality, your work is not the problem, and you're not doing less. It's just that your body wants you to rest. Seriously, rest. And you've never seen yourself from that lens before, so it's okay for it to feel almost difficult to let go of this identity of just being your productivity levels. But I'm sure this is happening for your greater good and my greater good too. Because that way you can better your relationship with yourself. Really take time for you. And when you feel good about yourself, then I'm happy. And everyone around you is happy. Okay? Good. Very good, okay? I know it's difficult, but just the fact that you're trying is amazing. And thank you for pushing through this new identity of yours. And everything that's new. Exactly. Everything that's new is gonna feel weird at first. It's like But do I even deserve to rest right now? As if you're not human and you don't actually need it biologically, you know? But I get you. Society gets into your brain. I mean, in mine too. And it feeds on these ideas that if we're not productive enough, then our worth is below zero. Like if we're not doing things, we are wasting our time. But tell me how it feels when you force yourself to do something and you have no more energy to give, and you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing with your time. That's the worst feeling. And you know, we're told to be so grateful, and that gratefulness is represented by happiness, and that without happiness, gratefulness cannot exist. But in reality, when you feel off, when you need a break, when you are almost at your limit, you do not need to reach your limit to be valid in this deep need for rest. And you know what's funny? Is that showing real gratefulness about how you feel and who you are and where you're going and how your past experiences made you feel. You know how you show gratefulness for that? Yeah, that's an option. But I also mean, yeah, that's an option. But what is real gratefulness is to surrender. Accept what is, because life is trying to tell you something. You think you're feeling that way because you're crazy? Because you're weak? No. Something way better is just around the corner for you. And life is preparing you for it by slowing down, slowing down, slowing down your process so that you can reflect, rejuvenate, think about everything you've done and how it has served you up until that point. Did it serve you good? Was it a positive experience? Is there anything you'd want to change? And when you pause for a minute to think, oh, I know you think all the time, but I mean thinking with purpose here. Thinking with purpose. Yeah, you know I have a little hard time pronouncing some words. Thinking with purpose means willingly sitting down and thinking about one specific thing for an extended amount of time. That way you train yourself to be mindful of what you're thinking about and how you think about it. And you can think about this one. How come you feel uncomfortable resting? And why is it that your whole identity is based around your productivity levels? No, it's not just a you thing. And please don't blame yourself for whatever answer come across. The goal is not to shame you in any way or to make you feel bad for thinking that way. But look where it brought you. By exhausting yourself, by working so hard that you barely can enjoy anything you're working for. What led you there? Why are you exhausting yourself? Why are you pushing yourself to your limits? Make sure the reason is good enough. And if it's your choice and you have a good reason to, try to remind yourself of that reason as often as possible. Because our brains forget. If I'm asking you to look for a green item right now in the room, yeah, you're gonna show me this plant, and this one too, and this one too, and this one too. Because I put your focus there. Oh, and my top too. It's green. But the minute you disengage with the focus of finding something green, you're less likely to put your attention on it. And if you put your attention on either the reason you're going so hard or maybe the reason you need to rest, maybe for the first time in your life, you can find meaning in it. And the way you find meaning in it is by making it a choice. It becomes then your work of art to find a way that is A, possible for you to rest, and you can remind yourself of why you're doing it so you feel purpose in it. It's not just you being lazy, even though it never was about you being lazy to begin. But we've been trained to think that way for so long. Your value is in how much you can do and how long can you do it for, and how fast, how quick. And while this can serve you in the beginning, if you are awake enough, one day you'll realize that it's not fulfilling anymore because you trust yourself to be able to do all of these things. You know yourself to be capable because you have proof. And you trust yourself to keep going because you got yourself. And so when you have that proof and when you're ready for something more, that is usually when you feel that need to rest. Because life is preparing you for something much, bigger. When you have faith in yourself, when you trust yourself, and you know yourself to be capable of going as hard as you need to, then it's not about, can I do it? It then becomes, what am I doing for? For who am I doing this? What am I doing this for? And when you have faith in yourself, when you know that you'll get everything you deserve, when it's a belief deeply ingrained in your heart, when you know yourself to be worthy of all it is that you really want, the race doesn't exist anymore. What is a race when you've already won? What is a race when everyone has their timing? Who are you trying to beat? Who will actually care that you win? If you don't care about your rest, if you don't care about your well-being, who cares that you win? You got yourself sick for it. It doesn't come from a place of love. It's not as good as it could be. You didn't respect yourself in the process. You didn't respect your own boundaries and your own limits. So really, who cared that you won this invisible war, this invisible race that you created for yourself in order to motivate you to keep going? Because you were not enough, and you never truly intended to give yourself everything you really wanted. You needed to push yourself away. Spend as little time in your head as possible to avoid the tremendous pain of realizing that all along you were never doing it for yourself. And therefore, who cares if you win? And while this is a little harsh to hear, I prefer telling you the truth. I prefer telling you the truth, the honest truth. Everything from the bottom of my heart, so that one day you thank me. And look, if it's not right now, you don't have to believe me. It's okay. You're going at your own pace. But you are so worthy of everything you want. And how do you know that? By your actions. If you've been putting good in the world, if you've been good to others, if you've been trying to become the person you felt the need to be for your highest good and for the highest good of those who love you, then trust me, you've done enough. I believe you. It's okay if you've made some mistakes. No one is perfect. If you show that you understand, then you are worthy. And please take some time so that you always act with purpose, meaning, and passion. I love you.